You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, General Hospital fans. Well, this week it's time to say goodbye to Michael Corinthos for now, as Chad Duell decided to step away from the ABC soap. But I just wonder, when Michael comes back, will he be darker, more dangerous, and ready to take over Sonny Corinthos' criminal syndicate since his dad is ready to retire? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dig into what happens when Michael comes back after all the pain and suffering he's endured, whether it's Chad Duell in the role or Frank Valentini decides to go ahead and recast the part. And hey, if you're not following us, please click subscribe. Early this week, the storyline picks up where it left off last week with Carly Corinthos questioning Michael about what he wants. Willow Tait Corinthos agreed that they should let Michael decide on his treatment plan because she disagrees with Carly about which option is best. Dr. Portia said Michael will be in pain if they bring him out of the drugged up state, but Carly and Willow agreed to do it and that Carly should speak to him. So when Michael comes out of the sedation that he's been under, Carly tells him he can either go to Johns Hopkins burn unit or the cutting edge clinic in Germany that knows how to do amazing work on burn scars. Although they're not even showing Michael's face as particularly damaged like they did when Ava Jerome burned in that warehouse blaze. And Michael's going to choose Germany, and it looks like Carly may leave Port Charles for a short time to travel with him to Europe. I'm presuming that because Carly went to all the effort. From there, I would expect Michael to send Carly back home to be with Donna, to take care of the family, and just let him recuperate on his own and kind of work through it all emotionally. And that gives Chad Duell plenty of time to take a break from GH and decide if he is going to come back. He said he needed time to properly grieve the death of his father late last year and just take a break and consider what's next in his life. He's got a young son and he just wants to get his head on straight, decide where he's going from here. And that may be back to GH. It may not. There's no guarantee when Michael will return, and if he does, whether it will be Chad Duell in the role. And Michael's been recast before more than once. I remember back in the day when little Mikey was a ginger. Do you guys remember Dylan Cash in the role? Such a good little actor. I know that's going way back. I do expect Michael to return sooner rather than later, whether they have to recast him or not. And when they do, I fully expect him to behave more like his adoptive mob boss daddy, Sonny. We know that Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos are discussing an exit plan from their criminal enterprise, but it's not like mob bosses can just announce their retirement, cash out their 401k, and move to Boca Raton. And if you recall, the reason that Sonny and Jason were talking about getting out was because Sonny is having cardiac issues and isn't sure he'll be able to carry on because of this medical problem. And Jason feels like he cannot be the boss. He is concerned about Danny Morgan and doesn't want his choices to put his son in danger. He doesn't want to disrespect Sam's wishes. And we know Carly Corinthos cannot take over. I mean, she was a lady mob boss for what, like a week when she got caught on tape confessing to running the Corinthos Syndicate. And that recording was what got Jason trapped into doing the FBI's dirty work for 2.5 years. There's not a lot of options really for who could take over from Sonny. I can see Christina Corinthos wanting to do it, but Alexis Davis would pitch a fit. Plus, Christina is so unstable, it would probably be a mob reign of terror if she took over. She can't even keep her own life under control, much less a criminal enterprise running smoothly. But Michael might actually be a really good candidate to take over for Sonny when he returns. First and foremost, Michael may come back a much darker person than he was before. He was horribly burned and he is in pain, although GH is kind of not doing their homework with this because third-degree burns are actually less painful than second degree because the more severe the burn, and third is the most severe, it actually actually fries your nerve endings so you don't feel anything. They're not being accurate, but that is what GH is doing, so we're stuck with the inaccuracy. Anyway, I still think it's Sidwell that placed the bomb in Sonny's apartment. There's really no other likely suspect right now, and Sidwell already blew up one building in Port Charles, so why not Sonny's place too? And Sidwell is vicious, he's murdery, he's ruthless, and he wants to take over Port Chuck, so getting Sonny out of his way made sense. By the time Michael's healed enough to get out of the German clinic and come home, the identity of the bomber should be known, and I feel like it's going to be Sidwell. And Sonny's heart condition might be much worse by then, so he may be desperate for someone to take over. Plus, we all know Michael can be really ruthless. He was when he took custody of baby Avery from his dad, Sonny. He was also ruthless when Michael defended Carly and cracked his stepmom, Claudia, in the skull with an axe handle, killing her. She did have it coming. Plus, Michael is devious. He blackmailed Nina. He targeted Drew for takedown. He conspired with Ned and then against Ned, and just tons of other shenanigans. And he's a very clever, brilliant businessman. And he's truly kind of a blend of some of the most devious aspects of Sonny and Carly both. So imagine Michael comes back knowing Sidwell set him on fire, causing all this agony while trying to kill his dad, Sonny. I could see Michael returning with a vendetta to make Sidwell pay for his crimes. And given that Drew keeps on flagrantly hooking up with Willow and publicly dating Michael's wife, I could definitely see him coming back with an eye on revenge on Drew as well. And if Michael took over Sonny's criminal empire, he could pursue payback on both these bad men with all those resources. And even if Chad Duell decides not to come back, I could see a recast working well. No disrespect to Chad, but there's some good actors out there. I would actually like to see them repurpose a past really good GH actor and put him in this role. They've done this twice before with two of the ex-Carly Spencer actresses. If you recall, they brought back Sarah Joy Brown, the first Carly, to play Claudia Zaccara, and she was great in that role up until, cracked in the head with an axe handle and killed. And they also brought back the second Carly, Tamara Braun, to play Kim Nero. And, the character of Kim was a bit lackluster, but Tamara is always great. And they could do something similar and bring back, for instance, ex-Lucky Spencer actor Greg Vaughan. He has wrapped his run at Days of Our Lives. He's hunky. He's a good actor. I think he could be a tasty new version of Michael. Or there's other GH alum Brandon Barish, who used to play Johnny Zaccara. He has also wrapped a run at Days. He's an excellent actor, and he does dark very well. And a third option would be Scott Clifton. He played Dylan Quartermain back in the day, and I know Dylan was round and sweet and soft, but he's over on B&B right now. Scott Clifton looks dramatically different. He's all buff, he's all hot, and they barely use him on Bold, so he might welcome a meatier, more intense, and darker role on GH, like recast Michael Corinthos. What do you guys think?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.